Hello booktubers, my name is Laura and you're watching Dreams, Books, Courage, and you're probably wondering why I'm wearing mouse ears right now. Actually, it'd be kind of weird if you weren't wondering about that because I don't think people wear mouse ears in their regular life, but at the time that this video is being uploaded, I am most likely at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And so I thought, why not do a video with my mouse ears because I love these ears and I do kind of wish that I could wear them in public. So I thought, what better video to do it with than with a Top 5 Wednesday video. And this Top 5 Wednesday is all about books with multiple POVs in them. And I did not really realize how much I love books with multiple points of view, but I think that sometimes that can definitely enhance the storyline and make us love these books even more, especially whenever the voices within the story are just so unique. And so these 5 books are some of my favorites actually, and so I'm really looking forward to going ahead and getting into talking about them. In the top 5 spot we have Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. And this book is especially unique because the different points of view are actually written from different authors, and so you definitely cannot confuse these characters because even the writing style is different. And so it's just very interesting to read about Dash and about Lily because they are such different people. This book takes place around Christmas time and Lily writes in this red notebook and she leaves a dare, and then Dash finds it and then he leaves a dare, and it's pretty much about them going all over New York City and just leaving dares for each other. It's a really awesome book. But Lily loves Christmas time and she loves everything about Christmas, whereas Dash does not like Christmas at all. He just wants the season to be over. And so just reading about those different points of view just make it even more hilarious and make it even more fun to read about. And it was definitely necessary for this next book to have multiple points of view because it is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. And I feel like this actually has 3 points of view, one from Nick and then 2 from Amy. One where she is cool girl Amy and one where she is crazy girl Amy. And so it was very, very interesting to just read those different sides of Amy and also hear Nick's point of view of it. Cool girl Amy can definitely confuse you, and I'm sure a lot of you have been confused by her. I definitely was, and that just makes the story even more interesting and even more of a thriller. I love just seeing where this book was going, and it was going in different directions depending upon the point of view that it was told from, and I just loved hearing all of their thoughts on things and hearing how they differed because of the person telling them or from how they felt in a fake life instead of a real life. It was just a very interesting concept, and I would definitely recommend you guys check this book out if you want to be confused by the narrators of the story. Next, we have the second half of the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. The first half of this series is only told from Sydney's point of view, but in the second half, we get both Sydney and Adrian's side of the story. And that was very interesting to me because Sydney and Adrian are just such different characters. I love both of them, but Adrian is just very hilarious and then Sydney is very serious about what she does. And so they could describe the exact same event and it sound completely different. And I just love how Adrian was kind of like the comic relief of the story. And it was nice to get a mixture of both of their chapters, and I felt like that just added a lot to the series. This next book has a total of I think 7 points of view, and it's kind of crazy, but that is the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I love this series, and it is amazing how Rick Riordan can really make you feel for these characters in so many different ways and situations. There are 5 main characters of this book, and you get to hear all their stories and their background and how they are feeling. And although it is a lot to take in, you can definitely tell whenever a chapter changes into a different character because of the way they talk and what their concerns are. And it is just very interesting to see all these different kids' lives in a different light. I love this series because it is just so different, and it is even different from the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series because we just get so many different voices instead of just one. But they were all written beautifully and all of their stories were equally interesting and definitely worth the read. And the series that has to be in the first place for me is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. And you can kind of argue that this doesn't have different points of view because it is third person omniscient instead of first person, but the way that it reads and the way that it feels to me is like I'm hearing these different points of view. Sarah J. Maas manages to tell you how these characters are feeling and what their thoughts are while keeping it third person omniscient somehow. It is really amazing, and I would definitely recommend that you guys check this out. Especially in Heir of Fire, the stories are extremely different, and all these characters are in different locations, and their motives are completely different, and just everything about the story is so unique and the characters have these different lives that they live. Within this world, you really get to see all of the fantasy world because of the way that Sarah J. Maas writes it and the characters' perspectives that she has within it. And that's a huge part of why I love this series, is because you really get to see all of the world and it's not just like a tiny speck of it, and the world continues to get bigger and better as you go along throughout the series. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to know what your favorite book is that has multiple points of view in it. And now I'm gonna go get back to Disneyland and reading.